Ricardo, the youngest person on the planet, was 18 years, 4 months, 20 days.
Here is a continuous shot.
And 8 minutes old.
This shot could have been taken 100 different ways. Instead, the actor is followed by the camera the entire time, all the way up until the cafe explodes. The amount of choreography that had to be done in this shot was absurd. And the best part, a good portion of the movie was actually like that. And who is the man behind this method of madness? No other than Emmanuel Lubezki. Known for his daring tactics to capture vulnerable performances, Lubezki has adapted a unique style for his name, one that has been a huge success in the past 3 years, receiving 3 consecutive Oscars of Gravity in 2013, Birdman in 2014, and The Revenant in 2015. Let's take a step back, though, to Lubezki's beginnings. Emmanuel Lubezki, or Chivo, was born on November 30th of 1964. He attended the film school CUEC at the National Autonomous University of Mexico. After he graduated there, he found a job in the Mexican film and TV industry where he stayed for the duration of the 80s. In '93, he was a cinematographer for his first international independent film called 20 Bucks, which followed the journey of a single $20 bill. Chivo used several close-ups in the film, working with the focus being the bill and not the loosely tied stories of all the people incorporated. Afterwards, he worked on several other minor films until 2006 with Children of Men, in which he partnered with Alfonso Cuarón, a fellow graduate, to make a mid-apocalyptic Great Britain struck with an infertile pandemic. The controversial film received a huge amount of praise due to its elaborate shooting method and its use of natural lighting. One of the most notable scenes is when the main character and his small group get ambushed by anarchists while driving. The camera rotates around the vehicle several times, getting vantage points from all over, creating a panic feeling in the audience. To make this work in one take, they constructed a vehicle that allowed the windows and the car seats to tilt and lower to allow the camera to pass through it. It was one of the most challenging and elaborate shots to be pulled off at the time. That scene wasn't the only long shot with the wide-angle close-up style, though. In fact, the entire movie was shot in freehand, with a lot of practical lighting and wide-angle shots. In one particular scene, there's close to about 10 minutes of fighting, strung together with only 5 shots. This mixture of freeform and in-one method left the audience feeling a personal and emotional experience from the film. Then along came Birdman in 2014. The long tracking shots of handheld footage was the bread and butter of this film. The set was elaborately put together to allow camera to move around freely to capture everything it wanted to in a single shot. There really is no single example of the camera doing this because it happens almost all of the time. In one certain example, though, the camera follows Michael Keaton from in his room preparing to getting makeup on the stage, to going outside to smoke a cigarette, to getting locked out and losing his robe, to walking around to the front, and then to finally walking into the theater and finishing his role in this scene. Of course, this wasn't actually all taken in one shot. Instead, Chivo used methods from Alfred Hitchcock's 1948 movie Rope, where Hitchcock attempted to shoot the movie in one continuous shot. Unfortunately, due to technological advances, he wasn't able to do so. Like Rope, though, Chivo and Alejandro used camera manipulation instead to make it seem as if the scenes were shot in one take. To do this, there are a few different methods. The first would be a dolly in to a person's back or wall that is shaded black. This allows you to reset the frame and pull out as if it was one shot. Another more subtle method was to tilt the camera down and use motion blur effects to create a seamless edit. Birdman took this idea and soared with it, quite literally at times. One could argue that Chivo uses this one-shot manipulation tactic in all 3 of his films he won an Oscar in. As it stands, Emmanuel Lubezki likes to challenge himself. Not only himself, but also his directors. His recent work and past work combined has something to offer on all ends. His ability to adapt to directors' needs and able to take on challenging scenes and overcome them proves him to be an exceptional cinematographer. I think we can all agree that Emmanuel Lubezki is an innovational director of photography. As always, my name is Justin Harper, and thanks for watching.